Hi everybody, my name is Brad Weatherall, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do to complete your business video verification for your Google Business Profile. Now, this particular video is it runs through an example for a storefront location, a physical business. If you have a service area business, the process is slightly different, but a lot of the tips that I'm going to provide to you today will be relevant for a service area business as well. So first of all, open up your mobile device and navigate to business.google.com. This will actually navigate to the profile page where you will see the business profile that you would like to verify. You will need to make sure that you are logged into your Chrome browser with a profile, a Google account that has access to your business profile, right? So even though it will be in a verified state. What you'll see here on my screen is that I've got a couple of different businesses here. You see the one that I'm looking to verify as it's identified here as verification required. So I'll go ahead and click on Get Verified. All right, once I click on Get Verified, it's going to want me to verify which business I'm looking to verify. Now, in this particular case, this business has two locations, and the location that it's showing there on top is the incorrect address. That's not the business that I'm looking to verify. So please make sure that you verify the information on this screen. In this case, I'm going to click on This Doesn't Match and click on Next. And then it's going to give me different ways to verify the profile. Now, in this case, the only method that is available to me is the business video verification method. If you click on the down arrow of more options, there is sometimes scenarios where other options will show up under there. In this case, business video verification is the only method. Some of the other methods would include an email verification, a phone verification, sometimes even a live video chat will work. But if a phone verification or email verification is available to you, you should absolutely take that, because that is where Google already knows information about your business. And all you have to do is prove affiliation. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and click Submit a Business Video and click Next. All right, what it does now is it will talk about the things that you will need to do in one recording. In order to successfully complete verification, you need to show three things, and those three things are represented on the screen here. One, you need to show Google where in the world you are located. Right? So like you need to show examples of street signs or neighboring businesses. Two, you need to show the existence of the business itself. You do that by showing permanent signage of your business at that location. And then three, you need to be able to show your affiliation to that business. So you want to be able to show Google something that only an employee or an authorized representative would be able to do. So like unlocking the door or accessing a storage area. Now, it's important in this video that you realize that the audio that you record as you're navigating this does not matter. Google is not going to listen to the recording. The agents don't have speakers or anything like that to listen to it. You need to show them the evidence. Don't tell them about the evidence, right? So it's very important that you show them these three elements. All right, so in this case, I'm going to go ahead and click Next. And then the other thing is that you're going to need to give the application access to your camera, and you will want to turn on your device's location for the purpose of verification. Please use the precise location, because Google will record this information, attach it to your verification as evidence of your business's existence at that specific location. So you want to go ahead and, in my case, I'm going to allow this while I'm visiting the site. And then it starts the recording, or at least it prompts you for the recording. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start the recording and I'm going to zoom in on those street signs. All right, so here's the street sign right here. It's a little blurry, but that's okay, because the support agent will be able to identify where it is. You will then see that I navigate over to a neighboring business, Lola's Cafe in this case. So I just, briefly showed that that's another landmark that could be used to help identify the location of my business. And then I walk over to the actual business that I am attempting to verify. And here it is on the corner. I zoom in on the suite number of this particular business. You can see there it is represented as B1. I also then navigate over and show the permanent signage. You can see that affixed to the wall right there. And then finally, I will go over to the door, and I will use the key to unlock the door and walk in. Now, because this is a tutoring service, I also wanted to show that there are classrooms being built out in here. So this is a business that hasn't opened yet. It has a future opening date. And so you can see it's still a little bit under construction. But I show the area, and then I walk over to a table where I have put a couple of documents as evidence, planning ahead, and I zoom in on some of the elements of this documentation that will show them the business license, the lease, and a utility bill. Now, in all three cases, the address that is being used on that paperwork matches the address of the profile. The name of the business is addressed to, in this case, ICANN Academy. And so all of the paperwork matches the location. When you've finished, you go ahead and stop the recording. What it will do is it will navigate over to a preview of the recording that you just captured. So it's really great to watch this back to make sure that you don't include information that might be problematic. So for example, if you happen to capture people's faces, just civilians, just people that are walking along the street, if you capture their faces, that could be problematic because Google considers that to be personally identifiable information, or PII, and they may delete the video to not infringe on anyone's privacy. So you can determine after watching the preview back whether that complies to guidelines or not. And assuming that you're happy with the recording, you can go ahead and click the upload video button. Uploading the video here, it only takes a minute or so to upload the video. Now, in this particular case, I was recording from my phone. I was not connected to Wi-Fi, so this is just using a cell signal. And it uploads the video, takes a few seconds, and then once it is completed, it'll move you to a confirmation page that says that your video is being reviewed, and that it may take 5 days for it to be reviewed. So that is technically the end of the process. However, at the end of the process, if you go ahead and click that done button, there's a couple of additional steps that you could take. These are all optional. The first thing is you can add a photo of the business. I like to do this right there because I happen to be standing in front of the building at the time. I can just go ahead, take a photo of the building, upload it and attach it to the profile while I'm standing in front of the building. That adds increased credibility because the geocoding of where you took the photo and where you uploaded the photo matches the location. And so Google will use that as advanced credibility. So I like to do that while I'm standing there. It also asks you if you're interested in advertising or claiming some free advertising credit. I just said no. I can come back to that later. And then it takes me through finally to the completed page where it will show you that the verification is now processing, and it may take up to 5 days. Now, in this particular case, I only had to wait 2 days, and I received this email confirming that the verification was successful and my listing was live and published. That's it, everybody. I mean, hopefully that was incredibly valuable for you. I want to make sure that everyone is following the process and describing what Google is looking for when you're completing video verification. So to recap, what Google is looking for is they are looking for the physical location. So you want to be able to record where you are in the world. They want to be able to confirm the existence of your building, so show and existence of your business. So make sure you show physical signage that is permanent signage. And they also want to show, you need to show them affiliation, that you have a right to be there, that you are connected to the business. You can do that by unlocking the door or accessing only areas that an employee would be able to access. So thank you so much for your time today. Hopefully you found value out this, and follow me for more GBP tips and tricks.